I'm here. I'm here. Don't panic. Just kept you 5 minutes. Right. Let's get that text off the screen. I'm here. Don't... Okay, guys. Quick flight. I also have a sandwich with me, so I might need to enjoy that. I will try and do it with the mic muted. Right. It's been a while since I've done a flight, and so I wanted to do one. Real time, real weather. It's going to get dark in the next couple of hours, so we need to be leaving Munich in Germany, and we're going to be flying down to Switzerland. Now this EasyJet livery is a Swiss variant, I believe. So I was told when I downloaded it, it's not very high res, as you can probably tell. In fact, it's quite low res, but nevertheless, it is what it is. I couldn't find any Swiss Air ones. I wanted to go with a Swiss livery as opposed to a German livery, although I could have gone with Lufthansa, but nevertheless. Okay, so I've got the flight plan set up. Not in the plane, but I have it set up on SimBrief. I've done all the Navigraph charts. I've got all the information I need, and I have primarily started the power in the plane. So this looks like a very cool airport. We're at gate 221. Let's jump inside and carry on configuring the old plane. And I see my subscribers have dropped down to 699 again. Oh! It was bound to happen. Right, who's with us? Commander KSY. Hey, matey. How you doing, man? And Gain Damage. And Andy K is with us. Guys, welcome. Nice to have you guys here. Right, so we need to switch the yaw damper on, and we've got the aft fuel pump on only because that's what we need to power the APU. What else? Ground power is on. Nav is aligned. Let's get the window heat on. Let's get the probe heat on. This is a slightly larger plane today, the 800. Why not? It is a tourist budget airline trip, all economy seating today, nothing else. Right, so our cruising altitude is going to be 30,000 feet. Apparently it's going to be like 51-minute flight. Yeah, my original intention was to fly out of Berlin, but I decided to go from Munich instead, so it's kind of shortened the flight. Right, so the landing elevation on the runway at Geneva is 1,365 feet, so let's get as close to that as possible. I would say that. And this is our, obviously, cruising altitude, our landing altitude, and that will help sort out the cabin pressure here. Biddly bum, what else do we need? I want the wing light on. The anti-collision light doesn't need to come on at the moment. We can turn the wheel well light on, why not? And we've got the strobe light already set to steady. APU doesn't need to come on quite yet. Taxi lights and runway turnaround lights, we can put that on a little bit later. Fasten seatbelt signs, we'll put them on now, waiting for the passengers to come in a moment. And the no smoking is definitely going to be on regardless. Okay, so I've got the panel lighting on up here, but I haven't got it turned on down here. So let's do that. Let's get the main panel lit up. I do like my lit panels. This is the AFDS, which is this thing, the autopilot section. To get that turned on. That's already bright, these are already bright, and then we've got this one back here, which we're going to do this panel, get that all nice turned up. Lovely jubbly. And what else do we need lighting wise? I've got the top one onto dim. The dome light is on dim at the moment. Is that supposed to be flashing? Or is it still in alignment phase? Maybe because I haven't done the positioning. Enter IRS position. Huh? What? What's this? What is this? What is this, guys? What is this? Enter IRS position. What? What's going on here? Not quite sure why they were flashing, but anyway, I'm sure it'll all be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, transition altitude is 5,000. We're going to just set this straight up to the top. Oops, not 23. We want to go all the way up to 30. Yeah, so hopefully it's not going to get too dark because I want to, you know, check out the scenery and whatnot. Now the heading is runway 26 left. We're taking off, so it's exactly 260. The IAS, I don't have that as of yet, and I also know that the pressure is 1009 or 7. Might be 7. I think it's definitely 7. I can confirm that. I do believe it is 1007, but I will confirm it here anyway, just in case it has changed in the last 20 minutes. No, it isn't. 1007, we got good visibility, few clouds at 3,800 feet, and winds are 260 degrees, 7 knots. Sounds like it's going to be a calm takeoff. Right. Let's get the aircraft in position. We'll start getting the passengers on board as well. Oh, I'll tell you what I didn't do. I didn't save out my flight plan to load it into the plane. So rather than me doing it all manually, I'll just save that out quickly right now. Oh, it's in the right folder as well. That was lucky. Alright, so reference airport. Well, we're at EDDM at the moment. So let's plonk that in. EDDM. EDAM. Most. And we're at gate 121. Confirming that. Yeah, there we go. This is the VSDG. Or, yeah, visual something display guide. VS, yeah. 221 it is. So let's get that plonked in here, 221, and that should give us coordinates matching the top one. It has. So that is our position. Whoops. I didn't mean to put that in like. Alright, cool. Positioning done. Yeah. Anyway. Route. Is it done though? What's something's off for me. I don't know. Maybe it's because I've been away from this for a while. Something feels off about this, but it looks okay here. So EDDM, and we're flying to LSGG. Something's gone wrong with the alignment, guys, because we should have the map on the screen by now. Yeah, something's not right up here, and I don't know why. Let me see if I can figure this out. Fill in this thing first. We're running EasyJet 2627. Runway 26 left. I mean, what the hell, guys? I'm sure it's nav. I'm sure it's not a line. We don't have to go to align. What have I missed out here? Nothing. I might have to do that, gain damage. I actually might have to do that. Have you received the tea yet, by the way? Let's go to align. I shouldn't have to do that, though. What's going on here? I may have to turn it on and off again. This is so weird. It's never not aligned before. We have a GPS issue here. And that being the case, I don't know what would cause that. I'll tell you what, if we go put that back to test, it's all good. Let's turn that off. This is so bizarre, I've never seen this before. It's interesting. It's interesting, yeah. Right, so nav. In my initial setup, we do battery, emergency lights, ground power, flaps up, yaw damper on. It doesn't tend to stay on all the time though until later. So it does tend to switch off, which is why I tend to put the yaw damper on a bit later. I haven't ran this version. This plane's been updated. Oh yeah, you mentioned about the Dutch border. Okay. Yeah, this plane's been updated to a newer version since I last flew it, but I'm not aware of any GPS issues. We should have the runway here right now. I mean, and we should also have the flight plan on here. I think we're gonna have to power this thing down, guys. What the hell is going on? It's so weird. I've never seen this. We've told it where we are. We've told it the runway. I have got the ICAO correct, EDDM. Oh God. See, where was this? This is the bit I was looking for. These boxes, they didn't come up last time. I mean, really, you know. I did wonder, you know, that when you put the gate in and the two match, you have to get the boxes, but I didn't see them. Anyway, that was so bizarre. Okay, so that's that done. Right, let's start getting folks on board. I need also to do the correct fueling. I'm gonna do it the quick way rather than call a fuel truck or any such thing. Because it's just going to be faster that way. What just came up on here? Passenger services. Did I just click boarding? I don't know. I thought I had, but then I thought I've done many things today.
Boarding requested.
Oh, thank you. It woke up. Right. So, what a bizarre thing this is. Are we going to get... Right, okay, so the stairs are gone. And the baggage trucks are coming and blah, blah, blah. Great. Oh, guys, you'll also notice I did a video on this today. I haven't uploaded it yet because it's a bit of a mess. But I do have a co-pilot with me. Seat.
You want a board crew?
I hacked that into the game.
Pilot's boarding starting.
Right, forget the fact that the pilots are already on board. Let's go to departure, and we're leaving from 26 left via, let me just go pick up the route. The route is MERS 5S. MERS 5S. Let's go down. There it is. And we're going to execute that. And also, if we go back here, and we go to our arrivals, we're coming in on ILS 22 via the Bino 1R star. There we go. Benoit. It's like Benoit, isn't it? But it's not really. Transition. Just leave that as it is. Apparently we're picking the glide slope up at around 4,000 feet on the descent. So I'll have to try and remember that. Okay, so we've got that in. Let's just check through the route before we proceed any further. Let's go to the plan mode. And I would say 20, maybe 40. Let's get it up, the range up to 40. Okay, let's step through and make sure that everything looks hunky-dory. What? Oh, pilots boarded. Okay. So we're going southwest. This is all looking nice up to now. Very smooth. Uh-oh. See, it's added in this SPR anyway. Now what's gone wrong here? I'm not sure why it's veered off here, but we're going to get rid of that. Let's go back a page and clear. Oh, we can't clear with this, can we? Nope. It's not. You know why you can't clear with it? Because it's not an Airbus. So let's bring Petal in, and we'll pop Petal right there. There you go, Petal. Alright, awesome. Let's just step through here again. Yeah, nice. Cool. Alright. I'm happy. You guys happy? We've got an SPR here, which is at the end. I've never understood this thing. So, walk me through this again. We've got Minos, SPR.
Your crew has boarded. Passengers boarding.
Petal. And then we've got the GG808 and then runway 22. Anything after that, I don't really care about. I think this must be our aborted landing, and then we have to do a go around. I don't get that. Because where's... okay, whatever. We'll leave it. So passengers are boarding. Are they though? Are they? I ain't seen anybody. Maybe I don't have a GSX profile for this particular airport. Oh, okay. They're kind of floating through the floor a little bit, so the GSX profile for this needs to just be slightly changed. But yeah, they're coming in. Slowly, I might add, you know, but we need time to set up the plane, so it's cool. What does SPR mean? SPR is, it's a waypoint, basically. It's just a waypoint. Just like any of these ones before it. It doesn't actually mean anything. It's like Nemos or Benot. They're just waypoints. Right, so let's go to the performance. Cruising altitude is flight level 300 or 30,000 feet. And the cruise wind, in other words, what is the heading and the temperature? What is the heading and the speed of the wind at cruise altitude, well, that is 180 degrees. Trust me, I've got the figures already. And it's 61 knots. That's a little bit spicy. 61 knots of wind at 30,000. Might be a bit buffety. I don't know. I'll have to see. So, 0 fuel weight. No. Don't do that yet. We haven't got our weights and balances done. Let's go here. So the fuel that we need, God, there's way too much in there. That's why we've got center tanks with fuel in. We need 5950 of fuel. I don't want to call the fuel truck over and have them do it because it's going to take a bit too long. So 5950 of fuel. That's going to bring the level down considerably. And the amount of passengers we have today is 120. There only is an economy class. This is the cheap planes. So they can, you know, they can just have to take a bit of turbulence. Right, and the cargo is 2994. Let's call that 3,000 almost. So half of 3,000 would be 1,500. So let's put 1,500 in the back of the plane. And we are 6 short of 1,500 for the front. So 1, 4, 4 on the front. Spread it out a bit. Keep the plane, you know, balanced nicely. Alright, cool. Right, now that we've got the payload, the weight of everybody, and the weight of the fuel, the weight of everybody, and the baggage, now we can go back to the FMC, and it'll calculate the correct gross weight and all that stuff. Oops, sorry, 0 fuel weight. And reserves, don't need a ton of fuel for that, but or maybe we do, I don't know. I think the reserves includes how much to get to the alternate airport as well. Cost index is 10. Alright, anything else that we need from here? Yes, transition altitude 5,000. What else? What else? Nothing. Performance init request. I don't know what happens when you press that, but I don't normally do it, so I won't. Right, so we've done the positioning, we've done the performance, now we need the takeoff. Flaps 2 for takeoff. Oops, what did I just do? Oh no, it's the Boeing. Yeah, it's the Boeing, so we're going to go flaps 5. Sorry, I was in it, my brain was in Airbus mode there. Right, center of gravity is 19.4, which gives us a nice trim of 5.32. Let's set that. It's easy, isn't it? It's easy flying these planes. Just landing them is where I have the problem. Where are we going? To 3.2? Yeah. Went beyond. Okay, let's do the little trickle one. There we go. Just flick that with the mouse and we're good. Alright. So, where the plane is trimmed out, give ourselves a nice balanced takeoff there. Right, our V2 speed is 143, so let's get that into here. Not that it's going to need it, because the plane's going to be auto-throttling anyway, because there we got the auto-throttle on. Let's turn on both flight directors while we're here. And now that we've got the performance figures in, if we go back to the legs, it should now have put all of the altitude information in. I just want to check the constraints on these. So immediately 1900, 220. No constraints here. We're not going to be at 30,000 for too long by the looks of it. Okay. Coming down. And the last constraint is 4,000, which is great because that's when we meet up with the glide slope. Awesome. Looks good to me. What's next? In the index. Approach. Well, I'm gonna select my approach to be flaps 30. Let's select that and press it in here. So the only thing that we need to do now is put the descent wind information into the MCDU, but we'll do that during the flight. And the ILS frequency, it seems to already know it. The inbound course into Geneva is indeed 224, and that is the ILS frequency, 108.7. I'm going to have to put that on to here as well later. But it seems to know it, so clever plane, clever plane. Not as clever as the Airbus. The Airbus is a very smart thing, but nonetheless a clever plane. Right. I think we're done here. How's the passengers? I just missed that last message. There's a couple more things to set in here, but I'll do that a little bit later. Also, we need to set the decision altitude. 86. How many passengers are coming in? 214. I don't think so. Where did... This plane can't even take 214 passengers. Not unless they all stand in the aisles. What the hell's GSX doing? It doesn't matter. Nothing's happening to the weight of the plane. It's not. It's just superficial. We need to stop this. This is ridiculous. You're not going to make me wait through 214. You can't fit that on this aircraft. You dopey idiot. I wonder why it's done that. Even on economy, like we're at now, the maximum seating capacity on this is 184. I don't like how we can't cancel this. Deboarding no longer available. Well, hey ho. Hey, Heath! Hey man! Welcome! How are you doing, sir? Work great on old tube TVs. Percussive maintenance? What? Oh, you mean hitting something with a hammer? Okay. I'm happy with the flight plan. Let's go back to map mode. And we're going to bring the range down to something close. 20 nautical miles, say. And I would like terrain, or I want terrain on. I guess if we're coming over Switzerland, I might want to have that. Okay. I think everything is good here. Oh, handbrake. Otherwise, GSX is going to throw a hissy fit if we don't have the handbrake on. What else? ILS frequency, we'll put that in later. Oh, TCAS. TCAS, yes, we need that on. So that it can keep whinging at us. Traffic, traffic, traffic. Yeah. So while we're waiting, why don't we do the fire test? Yep, those light up. Okay. Can you do the other side? Yep. All working. Thank you. $263. Is that where we're actually facing right now? Anyway, right. What else can we do up here? Not much until we get these passengers on board. We could fire the APU right now, but I don't want to use up fuel. I don't have to.
Hello.
Yeah, listen to the stewardesses. Hello, hello. See, the baggage has all been done, all sorted. Oh, I know what I can do, and find out where the runway is. What are we taking off from? 26 left. Right, this is a busy. Munich looks busy, as you can see from here. I don't know which one it is. I'm gonna have a look in little nav map because it's just gonna be easier. Looks like I'm gonna have to go nose. I think it's this one. I think this is 26 right, and I think that's 26 left. But of course, I could be wrong. It turns out there's a new version of thing. Remind me later. Okay, so 26 left is it's not that. These are taxiways. You fool. This one. That's 26 left. So we want to go when we get pushed back. We want to go nose to the left or tail right, and then we'll come down here. And I think we'll go all the way along to. We can choose this one or this one. It's not going to make too much of a difference. Where's the threshold anyway? Is it this, or is it this, or is it that? I'm quite happy to choose this middle one. There's plenty of runway. So yeah. Come down here. Could come down there. But we'll come down here, go along, and then on this second right, we'll go down there and join the runway. Can't be too difficult, can it? By the way, I know GSX is reporting 214 passengers, but there won't be. The amount of passengers on this plane is strictly based on what's on these instruments here. Right, bear with me a sec, guys. I just need to go AFK for 30 seconds. Okay. In the Pacific Northwest. Cool. Well, we are in the European kind of middle thing, something. I don't know. Right, so remember we have to do anti-skid here. Fuel flow reset as well. Trim is done. Now this is operative as well, but I'm not quite sure how to use it. Uh-oh, I just changed the mode. Stop fiddling with things, Rusty. Great. I don't know what it was on. Whatever. I shouldn't fiddle with stuff I don't know about. The EFB is coming. It's still coming, but we just don't know when. How's the passengers? 180. I can't believe it. There's literally just 120 people on board. See? And look, the maximum 184. So, I've never seen GSX get it wrong before. It should know the plane that we have loaded. You know, I'm going to run the radio chatter, and I'm also going to run FS Realistic. Let's do that.
FS Realistic.
So FS Realistic is running. It'll give us a few extra noises and shakes and all that good stuff. And I want to turn on my radios now, just for that authenticity. So my radio's connected, but I need the tower, which is 119.405. It'll probably tune itself if I click it, but I'm going to do it authentically. 119.405. Twiddly, twiddly, twiddly on the buttons. Keep twiddling. Keep twiddling. Bit more twiddles. Slow the twiddling down. There we go. Swap it over. You guys picking that up okay? Hopefully it's not too loud or too soft.
Motherboard 50 whiskey, you can roll up to 06 if you like.
Come on, people. Yeah, merrily getting on the plane. Da 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 da. Step on it. Dawdlers, the last stragglers here. Can you believe these people? Hello? Oi. And this is a packed airport today.
34, your departure in around 10 minutes. There are 2 inbounds on runway 14.
A few EasyJets for Whaling, which I think is Spain, right? KLM, Netherlands there. And it's a little CRJ, Lufthansa.
Swiss 14, line up 8, runway 34.
See, he's even got a little German accent there with that ATC. Boarding complete. Good. Get this flipping thing, jetway thing, off my plane. Right. Let's get the APU powered, shall we? So, APU down.
Wind 300 degrees 3 knots.
Start.
Clear to land.
Wait for the needle. Then we'll run it on APU power. When this blue light comes on here, that's when we know that the APU has powered itself up sufficiently to run the aircraft, and we can remove the ground power. Cool. We can also watch it power up. That's the wrong screen. Systems? Engines? No, not you.
First 8 to the Charlie Tower again on Julius Cross, runway 28, contact April 121, decimal 755, goodbye.
This cross by Juliet, 28 by Juliet, they are from contract.
Yeah, where's the
755.
APU powering thing? Up powering stuff. Does it even show it here? I don't know. But N2, N1. On the Airbus it shows you the APU powering, but it doesn't matter because, like I say, the blue light comes on. There it is.
Swiss 14, wind.
Okay, let's switch power over to the APU generator.
34, clear for takeoff, Swiss 14.
Take away ground power. Okay, and we'll have them unhook it visually. It's the ground power. So remove the chocks. Now, do we still have the jetway on, right? Once we tell GSX that we're prepared for pushback, it should release the taxi. Right, let's get the isolation valve set to auto. Packs, we're not going to put them on quite yet. I like to put them on after the engines are powered up. Otherwise they tend not to start, and I think that's because the packs take up so much power, probably, that it won't power the plane up. So we're on APU power right now, and you can see voltages, amps, all nice. Right, so let's enable all the other fuel pumps so we can start the plane. Get the taxi light on. I don't even know if I do these lights on in the right order, but let's get all these lights on at the same time. Can we do that? Hello? Need to move this bar.
Tower, hello, gang 33.
Come on. I'm trying to move the guard.
Tower Mac Lima on Juliet Cross runway 28.
On Juliet, cross runway 28,
See, the idea of pushing the bar down is to switch them all on at the same time. But it won't let me do it. Maybe I can do it from this view. Yeah, I just got a down arrow. Thank you. Sheesh. Right, APU is on. Yes, it should be wobbling at the back here. It is. Right, well, I'm ready. Checking everything though. I should have put the beacon lights on. Well, that now, yeah, that's a good time to do it. Just before we start engines. Bum bum. PU bleed needs to go on. That's something I do forget sometimes. Good. Alright, let's get pushback. Nose to the left, tail to the right. So, prepare for pushback. Are we ready, guys? Are we ready? I am. Oh, I'll tell you what, Andy, I've got a really nice version of Dublin Airport now, and I've got an update that gives me, you know, when GSX does all the ground handling, like the stairs and all that, it's got the new logos for Aer Lingus and everything. It all looks proper. That's not my plane powering up, by the way. That's obviously that's probably him, Lufthansa over in the background there. That's the runway we're taking off from. And also in that direction. Do they need me to remove my handbrake? Oh, here they come. I haven't even got the pin in yet. Honestly, they work slow here in Munich. Come on. Chop chop. I don't know whether this is an unfinished livery, because those wireframes on the wings doesn't quite look the ticket to me. Looks like I haven't done actual cameras for this. Pushback direction. What? No. No. You're supposed to ask me. Oh my God, they've updated this. It normally asks me, do you want to go left? Before it was much better. It used to say. Nose left or nose right. Quick edit pushback. I don't even know what that does. Straight pushback, so it just goes straight back and then we'll turn it ourselves. Facing south or north? I don't know. Let's have a look. Oh. Where? Right. Hold on. So I'm assuming north is that way, so we want to face south. Yeah, facing south, please.
Release parking brakes, please.
I mean, this has changed and I don't know why.
Release parking brakes.
I'm trying to release the damn parking brake.
Commencing push.
I always have the yoke down here. It's supposed to be there, but I always have it down because it's always blocking my MCDU.
Tower, hello, Etihad 74 with you.
Okay.
Etihad 74, Tower, hello, line up runway 28.
Back we go. Let's get the engines powered then, shall we? How do I power the engines in one of these things? I think what I do is I to there and there, and then we wait. Wait for N2 to reach around 20.
Etihad 74, are you ready?
Then we'll flood it with fuel.
Etihad 74, wing.
And there we go, 20. let's pop the fuel in, and that will power up N2's, or N1's, sorry, engine 2's N1. Jesus, that's difficult to say. Right, yeah. Yes, the reason I knew it was south is because I've got it opened in little nav map here, and the airport is oriented towards the compass, so that's how I knew. What's going on with the tail fin here? Oh, we can get the other engine going now.
Are you ready when reaching?
Let's go up here.
Munich 78906.
I like to wait for this button to flick itself off. Oh, sorry, this button to flick itself off, and it has done. So let's start that one. I'm getting unused, this one down here. Seems a waste. Should be doing something. Playing a movie maybe. Get Netflix on it. Set parking brakes. I'm doing that as I'm powering up the other engine.
For a good engine start.
Oh, where's she from? I'm hoping this master caution is going to go out on its own. I'm not going to press it off until the plane's powered up, because it should go out on its own, and that will tell me that I've done everything that I need to do. Okay, let's get back to the legs here. Anything I need on this one? We've got the climb phase coming up now. Why isn't it letting me press it? Oh, okay. I think I know why. Menu. So the N1, the climb, is going to be 90.4% thrust, I guess. Interesting. Alright. Right, so that's gone out. So this should go out too. But we're not ready yet. The reason I think it's caution is because I haven't set the takeoff flaps. I'm guessing, yes, I'm guessing. Let's set the takeoff flaps to 5, which is what we told the computer we were going to do. And in the meantime, I will tell GSX that we have a good engine start. And then they can disconnect from the plane.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Okay. Are the flaps in position yet? Yes, they are. Caution light's still on. That's fine. Go. Auto brakes set to anti-skid. I'm not quite sure what RTO means though. RTO. Right, flaps are set. Yeah.
Unlocking gear.
We do have good engines. 20% power on both there.
Lufthansa 12 Romeo, nee, aber grüezi, winds 310 degrees, 5 knots, runway 14, clear to land.
Maybe because she's got the retaining pin in, I don't know.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Let's gear. Right,
Come on. She's gonna wave us off saying bye bye, have a nice trip and all that stuff. Oh, okay, we have a small issue. That being another plane. I may have to take this taxiway here. He's waiting there, so I guess I'll take the other taxiway. Okay, she's given us the okay. Let's go.
Contact with Juliet across runway 28 and contact
Handbrake off.
1217555.
No, is she not happy yet? You have to wait for her to walk away. Right, she's walked away. And she's cleared the plane, so stop whinging at me. That's GSX having a whinge, by the way. Right, go. I'll get out of this guy's way, I think.
This is 5 Delta, connect apron, 121.855.
11855.
So I'm hoping I can take this off here. Not quite sure why the master caution is on. Maybe, let's see what happens by the time we get to the runway, because I haven't enabled VNav or LNav yet, but I can just push it to reset it. But I'm a bit concerned as to why it's still on. Is this Eurowings or something? Yeah, it is. I guess he's going to be going before us.
For Quebec, wind 340 degrees, 4 knots, runway 14, clear to land.
Those two should light up if I've done everything right in the flight plan, and I have. Yeah, I don't get this. It should turn off. Normally something's amiss, or something's not quite there.
SAB 4 for Quebec, connect apron, 121.855.
121.855 and SAB 4 for Quebec.
Okay, let's turn it off. I'm not going to worry too much about it. So we said we were going to take the second right, didn't we? Hopefully Eurowings won't take too long to take off. Oh, maybe because we haven't put the packs on yet. Okay, it could be that. I can do that down here. Because if we don't put them on, cabin pressure's going to go crazy. And all the passengers will get asphyxiated. Ah, he's taking the first right. We have a plane coming in as well. You can see just where my mouse is. There's a dot. Okay, Commander Jaxie, thank you. I'm sure we'll have a nice safe flight. Coming over the Swiss Alps, I would imagine, into Geneva. Now we've got a plane landing, so if I was using HTC, they would tell me about that. So I better make sure not to enter the runway. Okay, it looks like Eurowings is coming this way. He just decided to take a slightly different route, which is fine. He won't be able to go until this plane lands, and neither will we. Surely you're not going to venture onto the runway. I mean, if you do, oh, you see, you've made him abort his landing. You can't be doing that. Why didn't he just land? Now he's had to go on a go around. I don't know why it didn't. Is he landing? What? He has landed. He's landed all the way down there. Where the hell has he gone? He has. He just landed like... Okay, he has landed. I can confirm that in little nav map. But he's done it halfway down the runway. Jesus. You wouldn't catch me doing that. Right, come on. Unless the threshold is a lot further down than I think it is. Come on, Eurowings. I'm burning fuel here. Oh, talking of that. We need the APU off. Didn't turn the I should have turned the generators on first. So that's going to upset some things. Let me just run through, make sure everything is set again. Yeah, forgot. Switch the generators over to the engines and then turn the APU off. Another rookie mistake. So we're not only are we going to have this dual FMC restored message coming up, but we may have some issues here. Oh, no, we don't. Autopilot is handy and good. We survived that. All right. So we're supposed to wait here at the line until he's gone. I don't think we've got anybody else coming in. But once he's on the runway, that's it. It's nobody. Nobody's coming in. Look how worn that sign is. And as you can see by the windsock, taking off into a headwind. This is bringing me back to one of the first time I ever flew a flight simulator on the Sinclair ZX81, which had no graphics at all, and then the Spectrum, and the runway was just like a, you know, just an outline of a rectangle that was very aliased, you know, because anti-aliasing didn't exist then. And look at this now, what we have. It's crazy. Okay, it's now our turn. I believe everything's set. I'm hoping that the power going out didn't upset too many things. Didn't look like it to me. I'll do a double check once we're ready to go on the runway. Okay, let's just hold it on the brakes there. I'm just going to double check everything. So we want to switch this to Gen 1 or Gen 2. That's fine. Packs are on. Valve is set to auto. Bleed is on. We've done our taxi things. Let's get those off. APU is off. Okay, your damper is on. Flaps up. And the cabin pressures are set. Window heat is set. Hydraulics is set. They'd have to be, otherwise we wouldn't have got here. And we're good. I'm happy with all of this. Let's go. Let's go, guys. All right, take off. Yeah. I want to double check because I know how mad I get when things don't go right. VNAV, LNAV is engaged, auto throttle engaged, flight directors are engaged, and I want to switch this up to 40 already, and let's go. Are you ready? I am. We are a bit skewy on the runway, but we'll fix that. Right, fixed. All right, we're going now. That shaking is courtesy of FS Realistic. All right, punch it, Chewie. knots. Check.
Rotate.
And rotate. Pulling up to around 15 degrees.
Positive rate of climb.
Positive rate, gear up. Just keep the plane straight for now. Good way to climb. Let's bring it down a little bit. And flaps too. Oh, look at that, man. Looks good, doesn't it? Coming now, flaps 1.
Take departure, goodbye.
I've got to be careful not to go beyond any constraints, but I'm sure I already have. Flaps retracted. Have I? Yeah, I can't go above 7,000, so I better back off the throttle. Let's hand over to the autopilot. The autopilot has the plane. Is this normal for this to be set like with a rectangle around it? I don't know. Every time I change planes, I forget about the previous ones. I've never noticed it with a rectangle before. Let's switch it over to the opposite currency. There we go. 2974. I don't know. Right, so auto brakes can go off. Fuel flow, we should have reset that on the runway. Let's do that now. Okay, so we're heading up straight up to 30,000 feet. This is 7,000 or above, so as long as the plane's above 7,000 it's fine, which is why the plane knows it's allowed to ascend, and we're going to go straight up. So top of climb, we need to be, it's estimating 30,000, somewhere between AT Max and Ruby. There's only 500 feet short there, so after AT Max I would say is when top of climb will come. Let's take a look. AT Max, and there you can see that 500 feet difference will be covered in just that short space, although we are zoomed out. So that's where we're going to reach the 30,000 feet. Nice, cool, all awesome and good. Right, let's switch this on to airport mode for now. Don't need terrain all the way up here unless we're passing over Everest, and we're not. So up we go. Goodbye Germany, and we'll say hello to Switzerland. Now in terms of countries that we need to pass over in order to get to, do we have a nice view on the other side? A little bit. Oh, this is an unfinished livery. I don't think I'll be using this anymore. Right. Let's have a look at the map. So we've got... Oh, we're still going to be in Germany for a while, eh? Yeah, it looks like Germany straight over the border into Switzerland, from what I can see. Yeah, that's it. Germany into Switzerland, but we're going to be in Germany for quite a while. It's a big country. The border doesn't come up for quite a while yet. Scary. Man, it's cloudy, eh? So Germany, we're looking at around 6:30 p.m. at the moment. Has MSFS any extreme weather? Oh, yeah it does. Yeah it does. I've got some presets on this which gives it some extreme weather, and also beyond that it also has actual conditions for and locations, the real locations, the real conditions for all of the famous like hurricanes and stuff, like Hurricane Katrina, all that. Yeah, you've got those. Oh yeah. Guys, I'm going to be a real pilot right now and just enjoy autopilot, and I'm going to have a bite of my sandwich. Give me a second. Trying to get a better camera view here. Yeah, it's empty, but it's not really empty. 120 people on board. I wonder what the visibility is going to be like in Geneva. I'm not expecting it to be better, but it would be nice. Otherwise we may have to auto land. It depends on the visibility, I guess. Yeah, right now we got nothing. I'm hoping as we climb we'll get above this, but we've only got, oops, my bad. Yeah, of course it had the box around it because transition altitude was only 5,000 feet and I should have switched to standard air pressure. So we've only got 6,000 feet to go, and I'm hoping we can break through the clouds by then. It doesn't look promising. Can't see anything. Damn it. I was thinking, don't want to fly at night because I want to, see things. But because I'm using real world weather, we might as well have been flying at night because I can't see anything anyway. Clip a shade on and go to sleep. Now this shade will normally wrap around to the front windscreen here, but it stops there. And the reason for that is because I've got the heads-up display on. If that equipment wasn't there, I'd be able to slide the thing around. This is also a very good visual aid to help us land in low visibility conditions, because we'll be able to line everything up using these graphics here. That beep tells me that it's already about to reach the altitude, the cruise altitude, and it is. Now the plane is going by the speeds, the autopilot is going by the speeds from the FMC, which are here. This is Mach 688. Once you get over a certain speed, it goes from knots to Mach. We're currently at 699, so it's a little bit quick at the moment, but it should bring it, unless we have a tailwind. No, we don't. We've got a headwind. Looking at this arrow. And it is exactly that. Remember what we put in before as the top of climbs wind? It was 61. Looks like it's pretty much there. But the plane is slowing itself down to match this 688. And also it's telling me that it's using the flight path is based on VNAV, which is nicely enabled. yeah, it's basically telling me I'm getting all my data from here. That's what it's saying. And now I can't move. So LNAV is basically the plane being told what to do in terms of rolling and which way to go, and VNAV is ascending and descending, vertical. Lateral navigation, I think, and vertical navigation. Both systems engaged, which means the plane can now go in any direction using the autopilot. At least that's how I translate it. So we're going to be at cruising altitude for the next 9.9 nautical miles, plus 13, plus 14, plus 4, plus 5, actually plus 4.8, plus 5, plus 7, plus 5, plus 27. And then somewhere between Tra and Lutix, don't know quite when, we're going to start descending. Maybe about halfway after Tra. Let's see if we can find it on the map.
358.
Nope, I have to go even more by the looks of things. Alright, so there's Tra, so there's top of descent. So this is the moment when the plane will start descending. So we've got a little bit of time to put in all the weather information and whatnot. Yeah, we're good. It's a shame we haven't got any good visibility, but maybe by the time we get to Switzerland, we've got a bit of cloud thing there. See? We've got a little bit of blues. Is it clearing? It'd be nice, wouldn't it, if we could look down and see all the little people. Yeah, so we have to put in the ILS frequency for the airport. We have to put the course for the airport in as well. The decision altitude has to go in, and we have to set the auto brakes. And the wind information. The more wind information this plane has on the descent, the better it can calculate the descent rate and speeds and whatnot. We can put that in right now. Descent. Forecast. Now we can request the winds from the computer, from the server, but I also have them from SimBrief. Let's do a request, see what happens. And this is what I get. data link config invalid. Don't know why. But I'll put it in myself. So I have got the data at 20,000 feet, 150,000 feet and 100,000. So let's do that. 200, 150, 10,000. Okay. The direction and wind speed at 20,000 feet is going to be 284 and 7. So 284 degrees slash James Bond 007. And for 150,000 feet, 15,000 feet, 332 and 11 knots. 10,000 feet is going to be 344 degrees. Oh, 344. Nice try. And 10 knots. So fairly calm winds compared to what we have up here. And let's execute that. No, let's not. Now I've got the ISA and the dev QNH. So this is the current temperature in Geneva and the air pressure. How do we find that out? Well, the thing is, we could put it in now, but it might change by the time we get there. But let's take a look. Got to try and remember how to do this now. I think SimBrief can do this. Let's go over to SimBrief and have a look. Bear with me, guys. Okay. So here's our flight plan. You can see here we have departure, arrival and alternate. I click on arrival and click open charts. It will open the charts for Geneva. However, it's not going to tell us any weather information here, obviously. So we need to go to arrival airport, show details, and then we've got the METAR here. So temperature is 11 degrees right now, and tonight it's going to be -1. So 11 is one of the figures we're looking for, and the air pressure is 1008. Well, let's put that in right now. 11 and 1008. Okay. So it's 11 degrees. And the air pressure 1008. And we'll stick that up there like that. This I don't bother with. I don't know what that is. Then you'll see after every time you input this, it changes your cabin rate in feet per minute and whatnot. So see, it's recalculating now, I think, and it's come back with exactly the same. Oh, transition level. Now it hasn't told me exactly. It does say that it's given to you via the ATC. So I'm going to put in 5,000, I think. Transition that one. Yeah. Okay, so that's the descent winds done. It's all part of the homework that we need to do. We've got nothing outside except a bit of sun. Gain damage says mostly cloudy, dry and windy. Yeah, that's exactly what we have here. another plane over there. Right, where are we in the world? In Germany. We are flying over where's the nearest town? Friedrichshafen. I don't know. That's the airport, maybe. Going over the Ordensee River, lake. I don't know. Looks like a lake to me, but we can't see it. And I'm pretty sure we've lost radio contact with Munich Tower. That's why it's gone quiet. So Zurich Tower is 12 nautical miles away. Actually, that's not the tower frequency. And it's getting... It looks like it's actually getting further away. Trying to get another ground. A ground frequency would be St. Gallen, maybe? Looks like that's in Switzerland. So that's at 121,805. Let's tune that in. And we can pick up the ground ATC. Right, what else do we need then? Okay, so the runway elevation is 1,365 feet above sea level. Decision altitude is 200 feet above that. So it's 1565. So let's go to the radio function here. And we want 1565 down here. So let's, oops. Keep it on Barrow, I think. And we'll just hold it in till we get to 1565, which is the amount of feet above sea level where the plane will say minimums. Minimums. Minimums are just very small mothers. 1565. Nearly. Okay. I am doing this a little bit early than normal, but whatever. ILS frequency 108.7, so let's swap these over. And we want 108.70. Okay, I'll swap it back and make it active. And the only other thing we need to do is set the auto brakes to 1 when the time comes. Everything else is programmed. So unless the weather information changes at Zurich, at Geneva, I won't need to do anything else. Yeah, the Alps were... I've got Google Maps enabled in little nav map, I think. Although it's not showing me the toolbar that says that. But I'm pretty sure I'm using Google Maps, which is a plugin you can get for it. Is there a way to reset all the windows? Yeah, reset tabs, reset window to default layout. There we go. Still not showing me the maps though. Normally it tells you what kind of map you're using. Certain terrain ones. There's many different options. But I do have the Google plugin. But it doesn't show it, you know, when you look at Google Maps and you see it, all the terrain, it doesn't show it that way. So we're coming up to an airport called Schaffhausen. But the nearest town to our west right now, which would be pretty much, not quite west, but pretty much over there is Zurich. Yeah. I don't think we're in Germany anymore, guys. The airports are now saying LS. I think we're in Switzerland. Where is my... There's a Ryanair flight all the way over there. We've got a Swiss Air flight on our right. There's a Swiss airplane over in that direction. Let's see if I can find out what altitude he's at. He's flying at 20,000, so he's underneath us. So we're flying at 30, so he's across here. We probably won't see him through the cloud, but he's there. And we got a plane behind us as well, somewhere over there. There he is. And that is Alpine Airlines. And he is at... Oh, come on, I didn't see the thing. 36,000 feet. We're at 30,000 feet, so that would make sense. Yeah, that's Alpine Airlines there. Now, how are we doing for top of descent? Oh, it's just after Tra, so we're getting ready to descend now. Okay. I'm going to put my auto brakes now because I'm going to forget later on. I'm just going to put it to 1. And then we'll start setting the flaps on the descent. Something I still need to master when to get the flaps down. I know we've got the speeds here and everything, but we're going to be landing at 30 flaps, well, flaps 30. So I'm going to make sure not to try and get to 30 until we're near landing. Now the plane will land, start again. The plane will descend on its own, but I know that the very last constraint is 4,000 feet here. So I'm going to set it to 4,000, and then the plane will manage to descend all the way down there, keeping to all the constraints. Look at all those planes up there! One is Finnair, Scandinavian. We've got a Ryanair going the other way. And what else do we have? Lufthansa. Jesus, there's a lot of traffic here. It's all getting shown what they are as well. And I believe this is fairly accurate to real world. That is what FSLTL does. Right, I shouldn't have to touch... Oops. I shouldn't have to touch anything now. And the plane should auto descend. As soon as it hits top of descent, it should start descending, obeying all of the constraints on the way down, and then it'll hit 4,000 at GT828, by which time we'll pick up the glide slope. And we will also be just under 10 nautical miles, away from the runway. Which is good. We should have a decent amount of flaps on by then. Once we get to around 5 nautical miles from the runway, we'll get the wheels down, and as we get just a tad closer, we'll engage full flaps, and we should be good to go. The pure confidence in me, even though I know that my landing has gone wrong so many times. LS could be Liechtenstein. Well, it could. However, LSGG is the airport we're landing in. That's Switzerland. So any airports that have got LS on them are based in Switzerland. Liechtenstein will have its own code. Also, when we get down to 10,000 feet, we should start enabling the lights that we need. I forget sometimes because I'm usually focused on so many different things. Oh, you hear the throttles going down? Is it de-throttling already? It is. You can hear it. Oh, it's gone up again now. Okay. 65% throttle. What's it doing now? Why is it having to do that with it? It dropped the engines and then brought them back up again, but I don't know why. Let's put the landing gear into the off position where it should be. And we got some aircraft here. It's like we've got the races going on. Look at them all. And we're going to join them, guys. We're going to go and join them. Yes, I know I'm late to the races, but I want in. Philip Banner, good evening. Is it still commander when you're a pilot? Nah, captain. Yeah, captain. I'm Captain Rusty Dog today. He can be whatever he wants, my first officer. Okay, we have reached top of descent and down we go. And it's armed to get down to 4,000, which is what I told it to do. I told you it was a quick trip. We've got just under 4 tons of fuel on board, which is per l'enti. I believe the METAR, from the METAR information, the air pressure for Geneva was 1008. Unless that has changed, I'm going to have a look. Because I don't know whether every time I ask SimBrief it's giving me updated information. But I think we may be a little bit early to ask the sim for it. Let's see if I can get another tower or another ground. 121605. Because this radio is getting a little bit out of frequency now. We're losing it. Get out the way, you silly dialogue thingy. 605. Right. Whatever you're going to forget, Rusty, do it now. Let's put terrain on. If you think there's going to be bad weather, this is what you switch on, because you know it's going to rain. It's going to rain. Okay, I'm sorry. That was a bad one. I'm just trying to inject a bit of humour here. We haven't even got it on. Why hasn't it gone on? There we go. Terrain. Pull up. Pull up. Right. We're good. No, I'm sorry we didn't get a view outside though, guys. And it looks like, I don't know what the visibility is going to be like for landing, but yeah. Oh, crumbs. Okay. That can't be where we are. No. Right, let's see if we can ask. I think the airport's too far away yet. But it doesn't stop us having a look. So we want Geneva LSGG is what we're looking for. Nope. Nope, not even. But will. Yeah. Shupfart and but will. I can always ask my phone, but I'm gonna say that it's 1008 anyway, just because. It's set to 10012 at the moment, but I'm going to set it to 008 down there, so that when we switch from standard to normal it should. Now again, we're looking at the VNAV path that it's using, and this white line represents our plane, and this diamond represents the ideal flight path to come down, our descent flight path. We're a little underneath that flight path. If you imagine it as a descending line, all the way to the runway. We're just underneath that line. Okay, so we're a little bit lower than we should be, but the plane's computer and everything will compensate as it goes, and hopefully it'll stay in and around that area. It can move up and down depending, but that's as long as it gets itself back, I'm happy. Right, these are the autopilot annunciator tests, right? Yeah, they are autopilot, autothrottle and FMC. Yeah, all working. So up here then, we have the altitude of the plane. Well, let's look at this first. This is the cabin pressure inside. So the passengers are experiencing what you would get at 3,000 feet. This is 24,000 plus the 3 is around 27. Or maybe it's minus the 3. Yeah. You take one off the other to get the actual altitude? Not sure on that one. But I know the outer needle is the difference between the altitude and the cabin pressure. It marks difference, I believe. Yeah, differing or differential pressure. Maybe that's something different. I don't know. The seat belts. That's a bit too early to ask them to put the seat belts on, actually. Around 10,000. Oh, ground. Look at those clouds. Don't they look beautiful? We've got ground, guys. We got ground. We can see the ground for the first time since we took off. Now, what is this body of water, you ask? Allow me to answer you. This body of water is called Lac de Neuchâtel. Lac de Neuchâtel. And there's the Neuchâtel Airport also next to it. Or it's an airstrip. I would probably suggest it was an airstrip. Actually, that's not Neuchâtel, that comes afterwards. Neuchâtel is this one up here. This is actually Lac de Bienne, Bierlessy, or Lake de Bienne. B-I-E-N-E, Lac de Bienne. And we've just gone past a town called Grenchen. Grenchen is underneath the plane. There it is. Ooh, guys. Doing well. We're still pretty much on the flight path well enough, so we don't need speed brakes yet. Okay, ILS is on. The decision altitude is set. Auto brakes for landing is set. Oh, course, guys, course. Of course I should do the course. It's 224 is the runway course. So let's set that as well. It might not be necessary to do it, but I do it as a matter of course, no pun intended. Please tell me I didn't just hit Toga. Right, 224. Set it on both sides because the co-pilot next to me is too bloody lazy. He's just sat there. He hasn't done a damn thing. He's just chilling. Honestly, I don't know why I bring him along with me. So, I didn't start the clock until maybe 10 minutes into the flight, and we're 33 minutes in, so it's a 43-minute flight so far. Yeah. We've got the Lake beneath us now. There it is. Looking quite nice. Yeah. Welcome Maybe I pressed a key? Maybe I pressed a key that I shouldn't have pressed? I don't know, the autopilot was disengaged. Did I press something that I shouldn't have done? I don't know. We're a little bit below, so if you don't mind applying a bit more, or shallow your descent rate a little bit, please, so we can get back on track here. Freaks me out when that happens. I know I have a button on my joystick to disengage the autopilot. I don't believe I have a key for it on the keyboard, but if I do, I definitely want to unbind that key. I do not want a keyboard key to take off the autopilot. Alright, 17,000 feet. And you take a look up here. Our airport is, we're going to just dogleg over to the right a little bit, Jesus. We're going to dogleg over to the left a little bit, and then we're just going to go right in. So the airport's going to be somewhere. I haven't seen any snowy Alpy places. You know, nothing that looks like a Toblerone or anything. Oh, talking of which, Toblerone. Hey! Talking of which, did you know that because Toblerone isn't actually made in Switzerland, it's made in, I don't know, is it Czechoslovakia or Croatia or something? I think maybe Croatia. I might be wrong, but it's not made in Switzerland. They're gonna take the Mountain Alp logo off the packaging of Toblerone. I mean, yeah. Why? Leave it alone. It was bad enough when they renamed midget gems to whatever they're called now. Because people get offended at the word midget. Get the F. Right, guys, you know, I'm going to have a rusty ramble here. What was it I watched the other day that they were offended at? It was the most ridiculous. You know how people get offended at anything, right? And it's now at the point, well, it's been at this point for a while, where people just look for things to be offended at, and a lot of those people get offended on behalf of other people, right? Nothing to do with them, really. Now, if you're British, or Irish, or anybody in the British Isles, you'll probably relate to this more than anyone from abroad. Back in the 70s, we had a quiz show, or a panel show, game show, called Bullseye, and it was a darts game, and they gave away crap prizes. It was very cheesy, but it was entertaining to watch. Bullseye, and of course the middle of the dartboard is called the bullseye, right? And so they called it that. Why not? It's a bullseye. That's what they say. You know, if people put their energy into being offended at things that really mattered, yeah, it would be better, wouldn't it? So there was this discussion going on between these two lunatics, I think would be a nice word to call them, lunatics, arguing about the use of the word bullseye, because they said it was promoting abuse of animals. I shit you not. I shit you not. The word bullseye. The eye of the bull. Bullseye. How about guys, I'm going to get a full-on rant here. If it was me, I would go up to these lunatics and say, never mind being offended at the word bullseye, put your energy into bullfighting and go and stop bullfighting. Something that actually freaking matters, where animals are cruelly treated and mistreated and abused. Put it into that. Bullseye. They were offended at now. Well, it's too late to go and change the name of the game show. That's done and dusted. What are they going to do? Cancel Bullseye? Everybody's watched it already. Oh, when she said that it promotes the abuse of animals, I didn't know what to say. I had nothing. I was speechless, completely speechless. I thought, you didn't really just say that, did you? I mean, not really. Bullseye, guys. Oh my God. What other examples could we come up with to be offended at based on something like that? Ah, no. Yeah, what happens if you say, oh, I wouldn't go back to that town, it's gone to the dogs? That's offensive for dogs. No, actually, and the argument against the bullseye thing was that the bulls aren't themselves offended because not only do they not understand English, but they've got no concept of the fact that they don't even know that they're called bulls. They're not offended. It's not harming anything, but they literally I watched a lot of episodes of Bullseye, and I've played darts before, and I know that the 50 in the middle is the bullseye. But having done all of that, not once in my life have I thought, you know what, I really want to go and hurt a bull now. I'm totally against bullfighting and animal cruelty, right? To a high level. It's the thing that boils my blood the most. Bullseye, guys. I mean, it made the whole midget gems and Toblerone thing. Well, the Toblerone thing wasn't because people were getting offended. It was because it's not being produced in Switzerland, and they thought that it was maybe being a little bit misleading to put the Swiss Alps on there. But it looks like the Alps, doesn't it? Because they're triangular. Look, there you go. Some white Toblerone there. Yeah. Honestly, it's just crazy. The world is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Like, in its entirety. What is going on? I can see you guys might be speechless as well. Yes, common sense is a superpower. You know, you might not be too wrong there. Bullseye. The very mention of the word. Who's listening to that word and thinking, I'm really gonna want to hurt a bull now? Anyway, that's my rant. I can do many more on these kind of subjects because I've seen a few conversations. Don't even get me started on all this gender stuff. You know, like the extreme version of it, because it's cloud cuckoo land, guys. It really is. Anyway, so I think we need to get some flaps out. We're underneath the profile, but it still says that we need drag. How far are we from the airport? 6, 14. think we're on flaps 5 now, so we've got 1, 2, 3 more stages before final. I am giving you drag, please don't keep requesting it. See, I think what happens is I put the flaps out and then the plane slows down. Not because of the, well, yeah, because of the flaps. But I'm hoping that the computer's not, the computer. Yeah, the plane's computer isn't slowing it down. So we got 1, 2, 3, 2, 10. So I'm now on flaps 10. So our destination is there, I think. I think that's the airport. Is it? Geneva, yeah, there it is. So we just have to go across the water and we're down. So Geneva Airport sits at the to the right of the point of the run of the thing. The point's over there. Do you still need drag? No. Okay, we are on profile now to perfection. And there you can see we have terrain. Got red over there, so that would account for that. There's your Swiss Alps. And if I can get Geneva Tower 119.7, actually we really needed Geneva approach, but I don't have a frequency for that. Okay, it looks like we have the localizer coming in here. Just need this one to line up nicely. I'm just wondering whether I've slowed down too early again. There's the runway. That's not where little nav map says it's going to be, is it? A little bit off to the right. Yeah, it is. Okay, it is. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Cool. So we can slow down a little bit more, I guess. Got the flaps 15. Just looking how far away we are. We've got. Okay, so I'll do flaps 25 when we're 10 out. So when we reach GG808, we'll go flaps 25, and then I will use flaps 30 in the final part. This is our landing speed, and we're just a little bit above it right now. So I think we are traveling a little bit more slowly than I would like, but I'm good with it. And once we get on to around 4,000, I will hit the approach button and hope that the glide slope gets picked up. What I don't know is when the glide slope does get picked up, how do I know? Is it something that comes out down here? Not 100% sure on that one. So after we do pedal in 1.6 nautical miles, there's 2 more, and then 8.2, so that's 10.2. So when that reaches 1.8, We'll slow this plane down even more. All looking good so far. And I would estimate that 49 plus the 10 minutes I missed, 59 minutes flight. Now, what does that mean? I think that's complaining about my speed and that I haven't got the gears down. So we'll get the gears down. There we go. That's all it was. Okay, I've hit the approach mode. Now we're waiting for the localizer and the glide slope to get picked up. It needs to start descending now. If it doesn't, I'm going to take over very quickly. How long do I give it? Because if it doesn't descend, I'm going to want to know why. And I know I'll never get my answers. Yeah, we've got the localizer. We're way above the glide slope though. Bringing it in myself.
2500.
I think I didn't do the approach at the right time. I did it too early. But I believed I believe at the time that if I'd left it any longer, we would have probably missed the airport. Just trying to bring us back on profile. If there's a plane on the wrong way, screw it.
Light slow. 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 Light slow.
I can't decide whether the hood's getting in my way or what.
Light slow. 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 Minimums.
We have a direct headwind, which is perfect.
100. 50.
50 over the zebra crossing, exactly as it should be.
20. 10.
I don't like the fact that I landed the right wheel, the left wheel, and then the front wheel. What was that all about? I hate it when I do that. Didn't even need the reverse thrusters. It probably didn't help that my cockpit camera was a bit skewy. What on earth is that? Little golf cart. Not moving until you do. I actually wanted them off, but they were off. So I guess when I wanted them on, I turned them off. Don't know how that happened. No, he doesn't, Philip. He's just there for show. Normally they're not there, but I wanted the presence of somebody. But no, they don't do anything. You can get programs that simulate the first pilot, whatever they're fucking called, first officer. You can get programs to simulate them doing stuff, to make them do stuff. But I don't use such a thing, because I don't know what they've done, what they're not doing, and I prefer to know everything myself rather than that. But yeah, there's programs out there for that. FS, I think it's called FS Copilot or something, FS Crew Copilot or something, but really not my cup of tea at all. Nope, not my thing. Portugal? Looks like a Portugal.
The boarding requested.
Get off my plane, people. Welcome to Geneva. Yes. Once again, the approach, the descent, whatever you want to call it, goes a little bit nutty. And the thing that gets me about when that does it, if it's something obvious,
Passengers deboarded.
then I don't mind, you know, I'm good with it. But it's when it does it and I don't know why. You know, because everything looked okay, we were on profile. I know we didn't, it seems that I would have picked up, I would have pressed approach before we picked up the glide slope. Is that a bad thing? I don't know. I had to press it again anyway, by which time it was too late. It seemed, because the plane wasn't descending. And so I had to make a late decision. If I'd left it any later, then we wouldn't have been able to descend and land unless it was a kamikaze run into the ground, and I really didn't want to do that. We got the ILS frequency in, so it wasn't that. And it's not something I can re-watch my video and go, oh, that was wrong. So the only thing I can pinpoint it to is pressing the approach, because if you look at the charts, let me show you what I'm trying to get at here. If you go to the charts for Geneva Airport, okay, and you go to the approach, and we were coming in ILS runway 22, so we chose this one. Now, if you come to this part, after petal, we reach GG808, which is what we did do, right? There's the SPR. It's a VOR actually. And at 4,000 you've got this little star here, this little propeller thing. That's telling you the point at which you'll pick up or intercept the glide slope. So you're 4,000 there, you'll intercept the glide slope. So that would probably be when, and then you've got the, I think that's what that's there for. I know it's got glide slope there and localizer here, which would make sense because you do get the localizer before the glide slope. But as far as I'm aware, that star is when the plane will pick it up. But that's not tying in with here, because this seems a little bit too late for me. Or what it could be is, this is when you arm the approach mode or whatever to pick up the glide slope, and then you'll actually pick up the localizer at 28, and the plane will pick up the localizer at 2640. Glide slope. It'll pick up the localizer at 28, and pick up the glide slope at 2640. I'll have to double check into what this is, but I'm pretty sure it's to do with the glide slope or when you start your final descent or approach mode or something like this. So the procedure would be get down to 4,000, hit the approach mode, carry on descending because the plane would do that, and then get to wait till you get to 2,800 feet, by which time you'll get the localizer, and then wait till you get to 2640, in which time you'll pick up the glide slope, and then the plane, if it wants to, can land itself or whatever. They've got to walk up a hill to get off my plane. See, I wish this green box would go away now. It's totally unneeded. Well, what's in this little building anyway? Anybody wants to check Geneva Airport online, see if there's a Turkish Airlines about to depart, or has departed 3 minutes ago or something? Yeah. I don't know. So let's get the APU connected, GPU connected.
Delivery good day, this is Emirates 88. Emirates 88. So we just want to know if runway 34 is available for takeoff. Yeah, if you need it for performance reason, of course. No, performance-wise...
This I'm not doing outside because if you do it from within the plane, then the unit just appears out of nowhere. If you do it through GSX, then it'll come to you. Okay, ground power is on.
88. Just let me know when you are calling again for startup. We will do that, Emirates 88. Thanks a lot.
That's already off anyway, they all are, big generators. Fuel pumps can go off. Packs can now go off.
Delivery with Fanatec 35 Papa. 35 November. Fanatec 35 Papa, start number Bravo 23. Aircraft type 737-800. Charlie Papa Bravo. Destination Lima Tango Fox Juliet, Pico SA Secret. So the 35 Papa, I don't have your flight line yet.
I have no idea which is on or off now.
November departure. What is your estimated off-block time? Bit of time 1315. Okay, I will receive your flight line in 3 minutes, then I call you. Roger, sir, thank you.
Fuel, how are we doing on fuel? We can get some more. Just for the cosmetics of it.
Refueling truck is on its way. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
I'm not loading, I'm unloading. And nobody's coming out that back door, by the way. See, now it's unloading 143 passengers. So we lost 80 passengers or 70 passengers in that trip. They all dissolved, and yeah, we really only had 120 anyway. Let's turn the radio off. Air start unit. So the fuel truck should come under the wing. Here he is. Down, 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 down.
Fuel truck is in position. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel. Please use your airplane fuel
It
system.
sounds like she's saying, please don't move the aircraft.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Well, I will if you let me go into the cop. Oh, I know. I'm in the wrong camera. There we go. So, on the assumption that I'm going to make the trip back, which I will not be doing.
Thank you for a wonderful flight.
There you go, 5 tons. So you've got to put a bit more in. Now, the amount they put in is going to be noted here. See, this is the dodgy fuel truck because depending, they bring different types of trucks. Some of them actually, the guy opens the door of the truck, gets out the truck. There's another guy that comes and rigs the cable up onto the underneath of the wing. And there's even one where they put a tube in the fuel deposit, dumps under the ground here, goes into the truck and out into here. But this one, there's just no connection to the plane whatsoever. That was a bit of a lame fuel fill. Maybe it's depending on the plane. Maybe if I had a Boeing, it would. Sorry, if I had an Airbus, it would look differently. But I don't think so. I think it depends on the fuel service. I really don't know how GSX is programmed. We've got fuel now. Let's have a look outside because with this camera, because the terrain is certainly showing us a lot of stuff. Yeah, refueling by Wi-Fi. Yeah, there's the Swiss Alps. This is obviously Geneva. And then we've got some other mountainy stuff over there. Let's go take a look at the Alps. While we're here, no point missing the scenery. While people are getting off my plane. Go and check out the scenery. Come on. Could be because it's loading scenery data as we're moving. Okay, that was me going. Don't know what that noise. I think it's people getting off my plane that I can still hear. Very jittery. Not sure why. Like it's melting as we're moving. Obviously it's having to load in different terrain off the internet. Yeah, not bad considering we took off from Munich and look where we are now.
Do you want to deboard crew?
Yeah, get everybody off my plane.
Crew deboarding starting.
Right. Freak. No, it can't even load in the airport. Can't even remember to load that in. Probably reboot my PC, claim some RAM back or something. Look at the crew deboarding. My hostesses, they're all angels. They're floating in the air. They're supposed to be going into a building.
Pilots deboarding starting.
And how come I've lost my jetway? I can hear it, but I can't see the damn thing. Something just landed. Oh, maybe something just took off. There he goes. Anyway, so the only people left on board now are the cleaners. Turn that off. You staying, are you? Right. See ya. I suppose. I don't know how to tell it to get rid of all that stuff now. Operate stairs. I guess to maybe close the doors or something. Closing the front door gets rid of the stairs on the back door. Makes sense. Well, there's your flight. We did it. Why are some airports so damn good looking? This one took ages to build in. Yeah, this is the default airport. Comes with the sim, I'm sure. I don't recall ever buying one. Geneva. It hasn't drawn it all back in, but yeah, this is a default airport. Alright. Another EasyJet. There is an EasyJet that runs in and out of Switzerland, by the way, which is why we came on this one. But it's only a half-cocked livery, and there is no Swiss Air livery for the 800, so maybe I should go to the 7. I think there's probably one for the 700, but he obviously hasn't taken the wireframes off this one. So, and it's very low resolution. You can see at the edges. Jesus, pretty noisy these planes, aren't they? Okay guys, I'm going here because it's quieter. Right guys, I hope you enjoyed. My end credits are all up to date now, I promised. So I will run those and I will catch you next time. Thank you for staying with me and hope you enjoyed what you saw. Pity we didn't see more of the ground, but hey, next time maybe. Depends on the weather. We're at the mercy of the weather. Yeah, it's been a pleasure, and I will catch you on the next one. Oh, before we go, there's been an update to American Truck Sim, and I think Euro Truck Sim got the update a little bit before that, version 1.47. So now the trucks have got, you can own gas trailers, as they would call them in the States, fuel trailers for things like LPG, liquid petroleum and other gases, flammable gases. So you can own those trailers yourself now, but also it brings ACC. My brain wants to say Assetto Corsa Competizione, but it's not. It's adaptable cruise control. It brings adaptable cruise control and also emergency braking system. So the adaptable cruise control will mean that if you are in a 70 zone and you are traveling at 70 with cruise control, then if there's traffic up front, the cruise control can apply the brakes on its own and slow down so as not to hit anything. And also the emergency brakes means that, you know, if you're texting your mistress while you're driving, then if you miss the fact that traffic in front of you have stopped, then the truck will automatically apply the brakes and attempt to avoid a collision. So we've got that in both sims, and so I want to test those out. So we'll maybe be streaming one of the two truck sims very shortly. Also, we'll be getting into The Last of Us. All right, it's not even 7 p.m. here yet, so I could do a Last of Us stream. Anyway, for this one, I will catch you next time. Bye bye. Thanks for being on board.